There we are. Okay. So we go on. So as it says, that God makes great things without any ability for us to understand, beyond our understanding. And that's creation. There's always new things we're finding out of creation. Gevura, the might, Yetziat Mitzrayim. These are the miracles of the Exodus from Egypt. Shenamar, as it says, V'yar Yisrael es Yada Gadola, the Jewish people saw the great hand, the mighty hand. Vatiferet, and the glory. Zo Chamol Levonosh Amdelo Yeshua, which just happened on the 3rd of Tammuz, that this is the sun and moon that stood still for Yeshua. Shenema V'yidum, Shemesh Yirech Amad V'gomer. And the sun stood still and the moon stayed until the nation had avenged themselves of their enemies. And that's the glory of Hashem, that he suspended the entire order of nature, the entire heavenly movement. Vahod, and the glory, Zumachemet are known. This Viyudam, I'm sorry, Vanetzach, and victory, Zumal Apostle Sharomi, this is the fall of Rome. When Rome, Chenu Omer, Vayez Nitzcham al Begodi, that the victory, their lifeblood is dashed against my garments. So use the word netzach, because when you're victorious over someone and you kill them, their lifeblood gushes out. So too, when God will destroy Rome, which stands for all the evil kingdoms, it's netzach, God's victory, Vahod, glory.
So what is this big day?
Begodai, it's in Yeshayahu. Kedorech Bagas. This section of Yeshayahu found its way into the battle hymn of the Republic. No, it's from Yeshayahu. It's a pasuk. V'yez nitzcham al begodai. No. I'll show you the whole pasuk. 1 second. 1 minute. I'll show you the whole pasuk. 1 second. 1 minute. I'll show you the pasuk. Let me just get to it. I forgot. Okay. Just 1 second. Yeah, it's the very end of Yeshayahu. There's only one Yeshayahu. It's the end, but it's only one book. There's 2 books. There's a little bit. Okay, here. Here. Madua Eldom Lovoshecha. Ukadorech Bagas. Why is your apparel red and your garments like his that treads in the wine vat? Pura derach tam benishiti ve'edrechem ba'api. I trod them in my anger, trampled them in my mercy makamosi. V'yais nitzcham abagada, and their lifeblood is dashed against my garments, and I have stained all my raiment. For the day of vengeance was in my heart, and my year of redemption has come. And this is Yeshayahu talking about the ultimate downfall of Rome, which is not a euphemism, but it's a parable for all the evil empires, including Rome, which fell.
That's a good proof that this was not written for just the average person. All they say is big day, and you're supposed to know that's a whole pasuk from Yeshayahu.
Well, the assumption is in the times of the Talmud, that first you learned the whole Tanakh and knew it well, then you learned the whole Mishnayot and knew it well, and only then did you start studying Talmud.
I know, but they only mention is big day.
No, it says a Yez Nitzcham Abagada. It's a section of a pasuk, and their lifeblood pour. Anyone who knows Yeshayahu knows. But this whole thing of the wine press of the Lord, yeah, this is in the Battle Hymn of the Republic. That was the song of the battle song of the Union during the Civil War, because they saw themselves in the emancipation of the slaves as fighting God's war. Da da da, you know.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Yeah, they didn't know they were quoting Tanakh, or maybe they did. So it's mamish. You can see it's mamish like Ishayo here. I'm going to play it for you 1 second. See, they stole it straight from Ishayo.
You're going to play it too?
Yeah. So anyway, so this is all taken from Ishayo. There may be a reference to their books, but it's taken directly from Ishayo. Anyways, so the fall of Rome is hinted here, and we go on to say, and the majesty, this is the war of the valley of Arnon, which we're going to read about in this week's Torah portion in Chukat. As it said, as it says, Amar b'Milchema, Sefer Milchemet Hashem, et Vahei b'Sufa v'Tanacholin Arnon. So what happened was the valley of Arnon was like this, that the Jews were going to march through on the way to Moab, in the high mountains on the east side of the Jordan that you can see from the Dead Sea. So they were walking through a narrow valley, and their enemies went into caves on both sides of the valley to throw rocks down on them and crush them. So Hashem caused the two sides of the valley to come together, and the projections on one side went into the caves on the other and crushed their enemies. And the Jewish people just marched over the mountain, not realizing it had once been a valley, because now it was a single mountain. Then Hashem says the Medrash on this pasuk, how will my children not know the miracles I did? So when the valley separated again, the well of Miriam, because this whole song is about the well of Miriam, it rolled behind them and gathered up the smashed up limbs and body parts of their enemies and rolled it into the camp so the Jews should see how Hashem destroyed their enemies. So this is the miracle of Nechal and Arnon, where God pushed the two mountains together and then pushed them apart to save the Jewish people. So this is the glory, because it was such a big miracle. And for all is in heaven and earth. This is the war with Sisera, as it says when Devorah and Barak fought Sisera. It says from the heavens the stars waved forth, that God sent down meteorites to batter the Canaanites, and also the river Arnon, which is usually a tiny little brook, became a great flood and drowned them. So this is L'cha Hashem Amlacha, to you Hashem is rulership. This is the war against Amalek, because Amalek is the final enemy, and when we destroy Amalek, Mashiach will come, as it says, God swears by his throne. So throne is kingship. And God is lifted up above all. This is the war of Gog and Magog. Gog and Magog will come to Israel at the end of days and fight a terrible battle, which in the end Hashem will destroy them and bring the redemption. As it says, Sini Alecha Gog Nasi Rosh Meshech Vesuvo. Behold, you are Gog. Right. Well, some people say that. The head of Meshech and Tuval. Some say Meshech and Tuval is Russia and China. L'chol Rosh, to all you shall be a head. Amar of Chanan Barav Rabbi Yochanan. You are the head of everything. that every head, even the smallest position, even a shul president, is appointed by Hashem. As Rabbi Yochanan says, "Afilu reish gagisa," even the person in charge of the watering, min hashamayim mekomanula, is appointed from heaven. In other words, in Bavel, you have lots of canals coming off the rivers, and the way the canals work is that you close the canal off and open a door in your field, so the water should go to your field. So you need organization. So, because every day, one person gets to use the water at 1 o'clock, 1 at 2 o'clock, and so on. So the person in charge of the gates of these canals is called the Reish Gagisa, the head of the drinking, of the watering. So Itya, to water in Aramaic. So even the person in charge of watering, is appointed from heaven. In other words, all positions of leadership come from heaven, even the smallest. We're right at the bottom of the page now. The Masnisa and the Braisa, Tana Mishmeid Rabbi Akiva, we learned in the name of Rabbi Akiva. Hashem's greatness, who creates Yamsuf, splitting of the sea. Hagavura, this is the plague of the firstborn. Tiferes, the glory, this is the giving of the Torah. Hanetzach, the victory, this is the Yerushalayim, the capture of Jerusalem. Behold, the glory, this is the Beis Hamikdash.
See, they kept Rabbi Akiva to the end because it's
Rabbi, I have a question. It's about the language and the dots. Here we cannot see the Hebrew, but I wonder if this dot under. No,
See the Hebrew on the page.
I can only see the English. Can you see, Michael, the Hebrew?
Right now, it's just English. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's because the English goes further than the Hebrew. Right now, you should be able to, 1 second.
Okay.
No, resume share. Okay, now you should be able to see the Hebrew and the
Yes, thank you. So what I was trying to ask is that in the English section, it's there is a dot on the Rabbi Yochanan. Is this dot?
The dot makes it a het, Rabbi Hanan,
okay.
rather than, so we pronounce it the same as a chaf, but the correct pronunciation, the Sephardic pronunciation, is the 8th letter in the alphabet is het. It's a gut het. So so chaf het. So Hanan.
Hanan. And what about this prince of Meshech?
So Meshech is with a chaf, so it's ch. Like,
So KH is for chaf.
Yeah, KH is chaf, and hey with a dot is het.
It's het.
But
Okay.
we pronounce the chet and the chaf the same, but we're not supposed to.
Yeah. I understand the difference because German has this same.
All the Moroccans, all the Sephardim pronounce it chet.
Yeah, because this the pronunciation of chav of ruf, there is in German as well. Thank you. Toda rabba.
Yeah. And then also in Gaelic, like the Loch Ness monster. Okay, so we did Rabbi Akiva. So we begin 58b tomorrow, and we go back to the brachot that you see when you see Israel thriving, when you see Israel destroyed, the destroyed cities of Israel. There are various brachot that you say.
And Rabbi, why there are 3 dots after the word Baruch?
Because it really should be blessed, Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, best you God, King of the universe. You don't want to have to write it out every time.
Okay.
The standard form means to say the standard formula for bracha.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, have a great day. See you tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.
Bye-bye.